Hi everyone, welcome back. So now coming to the next topic in the subject Java programming languages polymorphism. So I think you are already learned this concept in the C++ programming language. So now let's see how this polymorphism is going to be helpful for writing the Java programming language, right? So the ability to take more than one forms is called a polymorphism. Actually, the ability to take more than one forms is called polymorphism. The word poly means many. And what about the morphism? Forms. So together you call it as a many forms. So polymorphism is nothing but representing a function in many forms. You call it as a polymorphism technique. Okay, so whatever the function we are writing, so that function can be represented in many forms. So by changing the name, by changing the arguments, whatever the arguments that are present inside the function, so that can be changed in different ways. So the ability to take more than one forms is called polymorphism. There are two types of polymorphism. One is a compile time polymorphism and another is a runtime polymorphism. Okay, so compile time polymorphism, runtime polymorphism. So the example for the compile time polymorphism is nothing but it's a method overloading, and the runtime polymorphism we call it method overriding. Okay, remember this. Compile time polymorphism, method overloading. Runtime polymorphism, method overriding. I will explain what is this method overloading and method overriding. So in this video, let's focus on the compile time polymorphism. So what it means and what is a method overloading, and we will see the example on that also. Okay, now let's start. Compile time polymorphism. Binding of method. So compile time is nothing but means after writing the program, you are writing Java C file name sample.java, right? So this is a compilation. So at the time of the compilation, it is checking the polymorphism. It's a compile time polymorphism. Binding of method call statements. Binding of method call statement with method definition is done at compile time. Let me tell you again. Binding of method call statements with method definition. We are combining the method call statements with method definition. Method call statements with method definition is done at compile time, is called compile time polymorphism. Did you understand what it means? Okay, no problem. I will explain because this concept is a method overloading. Binding of method call statements. Whatever the method call statement, I will tell you what is a method call with method definition. Okay, is done at compile time. Is called compile time polymorphism. The example for this is method overloading. Okay, now let's see. What is this method call and method definition? So here in the method overloading, if two or more methods with the same name and with different parameter list, then it is said to be method overloading. What did it say? Two or more methods, whatever the methods you are taking, two or more methods with the same name. Name is the same. Okay, one function is a void add and another function is also having the method is also void add. So this is the same name. Two or more methods with the same name and with different parameters. A parameters list will be different. So here I had using the 2 arguments and here I am using the 3 arguments. Okay. So 3 arguments and 2 arguments. This is the difference. Same name means this. With the different parameter list means this is a parameter list. A different parameter list. Then it is said to be method overloading. This is method overloading. Okay, two or more methods with the same name and but with the different parameter list, then it is said to be method overloading. A parameter list can be different in number of arguments, data types or order of arrangement. So whatever the parameter list here I am saying, so that may be different in number. So here 2 numbers are there and here the 3 numbers are there. Are different in numbers, number of arguments. Data types also you can vary. Here I had used int A, int B, and in another I am using float A, float B. Float A, float B. Okay, it's okay. So you can use different data types, or order of arguments also you can be changed. So here I had used the int and here I can use the, so order of arguments can also be changed. So but with same name. In method overloading, return type can be same or different. So whatever the return type is there, so that return type, so here I am using the void and here I am using the int. So something like, so here if I am using the int and here you can also use the int. Okay, int add float. So this is the return type. So in the method overloading, return types can be same or different. So here I am using the void and here I am using the int. So it can be different, or you can both, here you can use the same. So that is what the method overloading. So what I said, if two or more methods with the same name and with a different parameter list, then it is said to be method overloading. So the parameter list can be different in number of arguments, here 2 and here 3 you can do, and different in data types, here you can use int and here you can use the float, and order of arguments can also be changed. And coming to the return type, in a method overloading, a return type can be same or it can be a different. So here method overloading means same name, that's it. The remaining, it's everything, it's different, no problem. But if the methods are having the same name, then it is method overloading. So my name is Bhanu and some other person name is also Bhanu, but I am a lecturer and some other is a student. So here the names are the same, but my arguments are different, my return types are different, so everything is different, right? So that is method overloading. So now let's see an example, then you will get a complete clarity on what is this compile time polymorphism. Okay, a binding of method call statement. Method call statement means this is method calls. Here I am using the void or the whatever the method calls, and with method definition. So the inside the terms, that is a method definitions. These are all done at compile time only. Okay, they can bind at compile time only. That is called a compile time polymorphism. Right? So now let's see the example here. So here the class A void show. Okay, so yes, let me explain you with an example, not this. Okay, I'll take one more example to explain this. Right. Okay, let me write this. So that is a simple one. So I just want to explain with if in method overloading, return types can be same or different, right? So now let's see an example. So while writing, I will explain the concept. Class sample, it's my class name. Here I am using, my return type is the int. The method return type is the integer data type, max. Max is my method name, int a comma int b. Okay, so now here I am writing a method definition. I am writing a method definition. If a is greater than b, if suppose a, whatever the value that I have given, it is greater than b, then try to return a, else return b. Okay, so this is my one function. Again I am writing another function with the same name and with same return type. So return types are also same, but here with different arguments, int b, int c. Suppose here also I given the same arguments, then it becomes override. I'll explain the next video. But in the method overloading, a same return types can be there or different, and same parameters, different parameter list will be there. Okay, but the names can be changed, and but with the same name should be the same. Whenever the name is the same, then it is method overloading. So here I am checking if a is greater than b and a is greater than c, then obviously a is greater. So return a. Okay, and again I am checking another condition. Else if b is greater than c, return b. Finally else return c. So this is another method. This is one method. So two methods with the same name, max, I had written. Now call the main program. Public static void main string args. Okay, so here first, if you want to call the methods or whatever it may be, instance methods, first you have to create a object. So with the help of the object only, you're going to call the instance method. The method that is present inside a class, that methods you call it as the instance method. So try to create the class object sample d is equal to new sample. Whenever you create the object, then only the memory is allocated these blocks. Memory is allocated to these blocks, right? Okay. Now there is a return type. So how to call the methods? With the return types, you have to call the methods. Int x is equal to d dot, call the method max int a comma int b. Give the values. So let me give 30 comma 26. Okay, 30 comma 26. So here try to print the value. System dot out dot print ln. What value you have to be print? X value you have to be print. Okay. And take another variable int y is equal to, so now call these method. Okay, here the return type is int, so you have to take the return value is also int y is equal to d dot max. Give the three arguments here 43, 25, 14. So try to print the y value, print ln y. Okay, close the class. So then what will be the output here? So for this, the output is, what is the maximum value here? 30 comma 26. So first A is greater than B. Is 30 is greater than 26? Yes. If it is greater than 26, then print 30. First one output is 30. Second one. So here 43, 25, 14. So 43 is greater than 25 and 43 is greater than 14. Yes. 43 is greater than 25, 43 is greater than 14. Then return A. Okay, that means 43 is printed. The first statement is executed. So this is how the method overloading function. Here the main concept you have to be remember that students, a method overloading means if two or more methods, if here two methods are used, these two methods with the same name and with different parameter list, then it is said to be method overloading. So how you are going to call these methods? By creating an object. Okay, first class sample is loaded, open brace executed, coming to the main function, open brace executed, object is created. So whenever the object is created, that is the d dot sample is created, object is created with a constructor. So memory is allocated to both max with 3 arguments, okay, 2 arguments and max with 3 arguments. Okay, memory is allocated to both the thing. So there it going to be checked. If A is greater than B, then that value is going to be stored here. And this value is going to be stored here. So that will be stored in X and this will be stored in Y. So X is nothing but it's a reference address location. Okay, so this is about the method overloading. So in the next video, I'll explain about the runtime polymorphism, which is a method overriding. Thank you.